Shiver's Nest. How are we doing? 3 videos up, and we're working on, and this is our 4th one. I'd say this is going pretty good. Pretty smooth. All right. But as you can tell, there's some newness. Lots of newness. What seems to be new, huh? What seems to be new? Oh, I got some nails. That's new. Yeah. Super cute. Nice for Easter. Who we kidding? It's the hair! Look at the hair! Look how cute it is! Gotta say, my sister styles my hair so much better. She's actually who I have to thank today for my beautiful hair. She gave me a cute little butterfly haircut, a little layered moment. She came over this weekend, she braided it, got it all pretty, and then I styled it. My sister has this cute way of styling it, and it was super fun, super awesome when it was all freshly dyed and everything. I loved it. But then I tried to recreate it and it didn't work. So I just took the braids that she did out this weekend, and this is what you get, okay? But yeah, shout out to my sister. Hi, Jennifer. Mwah, love you guys. Love you, sissy. Thank you for doing my hair. Still love it. Anyway, back to what we're supposed to be doing. We are here not for the hair, not for the nails, but for the makeup. We're here to do an Easter look, and I've got something quite exciting planned. So, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna try and not take so much time. One of the most complaints I've gotten so far is the fact that the videos are so long, and I do apologize, guys. I'm working on it. The other thing is that I get sidetracked a lot, which, you know, I know, but I like to talk. I feel less lonely. Oh well. Who's lonely? I got you guys. Anyway, what we're going to get started on first is the eyeshadow. As you can tell, we have the base on. We went ahead and went from base to blush and highlighter. It's the same products from the Valentine's collection. I really don't use anything else that's new. Anyway, so we're going to get started on that. And the eyeshadow palette is going to be... If you guessed Jeffree Star, you're wrong! We're actually going to be using this one from Five and Below. It's called Pastel Rainbows by Beauty Treats. It's up there in small writing. Can you see it? It was about $5 from Five and Below, and I know we got so many of the fun colors that we could use. It's Easter, and Romeo! Sit still! Say hi to Romeo, guys! Anyway, there's a lot of colors that we could use today, but actually we're just going to use the one, and we're going to use this really pretty pink. Let me get you a better view. We're going to use this really pretty pink right here, and we're going to do that on the outer corners of our eye. We're going to take our brush, we're going to take the fluffiest brush. This is the Flawless Concealer brush. I use it for eyeshadow, and we're going to just dip right in. Alright, so we're going to put it right here on the outer corner. I do want it to be more of a wing, so we're going to use the edge of our brush to try and fade it out into a wing as much as possible without going a little overboard. So now that's on, we're going to move on to the next shade, and it's going to be our last shade. And it's called Voodoo Glass. It's going to be, and it is a Jeffree Star product. It's going to be this yellowy gold. Yeah. So we're we're going to use that. And we're going to take a tip that I learned from Jeffree Star. I'm going to take another brush. Because with nails, it's kind of hard to get my finger in the jar and put it where I need it to be. So we're going to try and take a tip from Jeffree Star that I learned. And he says, wet the brush just at the end a little bit. He takes a spray. I'm just going to use my little bit of water I have for my face paint. Yep, and this is the brush I'm going to use. This is the brush, eye blending brush 30. And then you go in with the glitter. And then tap it on. Anyway, as you can tell, it's kind of creating a line right here. So, I don't know if I'm liking this brush. Okay, that's it. We're moving on. We're gonna try our finger. Ugh. I think I got it. Anyway, I'm gonna blend that into the pink as much as possible. Okay, did that work? I think so. Yes, I think it did. Alright, we'll use the brush for the main part, but not so much with the blending. Because I don't think it's working as well as my finger does. Yeah. I'm going to do this eye real quick, and then we'll be able to move on from this. And we're back. Alright. I feel like that looks pretty good. I know it's a little plain right now, even with the glitter. But guys, we're going to add a lot more with the face paint, which is why we're keeping the eyeshadow simple. So, don't panic. We're going to get into the fun part very soon. What I would like to get started on next is the face paint, and we're going to grab our colors. Now, I'm going to use those UV neon colors that I use, like the green one. Remember this one from St. Patrick's Day? Well, this one has a couple of siblings. See? Look at that. We got a blue one, a pink one, purple, and yellow. So we're going to use those colors. They are from Amazon. You should be able to see it somewhere over here. I don't know which one Cassie's going to put on. I think here. Alright, and what we're going to do first, I'd like to get started on painting some flowers. Flowers is just fun. They're easy, they're simple, and we're going to go through those steps. So you're going to grab your paintbrush. The one I'm going to use is this one. This is the Face Paint number 5 brush. And we got our little Bath & Body Works cup of water. I'm going to get into that. Alright, and I think the first color I'm going to do is pink. Because my eyeshadow started out as pink, so I want to practice with the pink. That way if I mess up, you won't really notice too much. Now, the fun part is that you think I'm going to start with the brush. Oh no. We're not going to do the brush. We're actually going to use the end of the brush. Right there. So what you're going to do is you're going to dip that into water, and I'd like to use the darker pink, and you're just going to mix it. You could start mixing it with the brush, but we're going to use it with the tip of the other end of the brush. Okay? Going to mix it till you have about that much, and I'm going to grab my mirror so that you can see this. Alright. I'm going to start it right about here. And you're just going to dab. See that? Into a little polka dot. Ooh. Alright. And then you're going to make another one next to it. Dab. A little bit like a flower. You can go back in and do what you want with it, but that is the easiest way to make petals. like a little flower. Now you want to wipe the end of that off on your rag. Mine's over here. Okay, and then I want to dip into the yellow. I'm going to use this darker yellow right here on this side. Mix that up. I'm going to use the end again. And right in the center of that flower, put another dot. There we go. Looks a little bit like a flower. Okay, it's a little messed up, but you know what? You get the gist. All right. So that is our first flower. I think it looks super cute. I'm gonna try to fix it a little bit. Yeah. All right. So I think I'm gonna do about 3 of those. I'm gonna do one here, another one here, and I think another one here. And I lied. We're gonna do 4 flowers. So yeah, one on the outer corner, farther out, up by the brow, and at the end of the brow. All right, that's what I'm gonna do. Yes. So I'm gonna go do that, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, as you can tell, I went ahead and started on finish this side as well, but that's generally what I wanted. Looks cute. I mean, not as even as this side, but that's okay. That's okay. As we've said before, we don't believe in mistakes. If it happens, it was meant to be. It's meant to be, guys. But it looks pretty good. All right. Now, I do want to go in and add a little bit of some leaves. Anyway, we're going to take the same brush. The number 5 brush. Okay? And then we're going to dig into this dark green. No. Yes, the dark green. You're going to wet your brush. I'm going to swirl it around. Alright. So you get a nice big glob. I'm going to grab this again. Alright. And we're going to start from the pink flower at the outer corner. And we're just going to swipe. See that? That's it. You're just going to draw a little line. Because it doesn't need to be real big. If it's big, then you have to add details to make it look like it. If you just do something simple and stick to the one color, everybody's going to know that it's going to look like leaves. Okay? So you're just going to do a swipe there, maybe a swipe here. And you're just going to go around your flowers and just do little green lines. Okay? Good. Yep. Looks good. Let me see if I can do it while looking at you guys. Eye contact. Yep. Yep, there we go. It's super cute, super easy. All you're doing is just doing a little green line next to a flower. You don't need any details above that. So, give me 1 second. I'm gonna go finish this side and I'll be right back. All right, we're looking very spring, very flowery, very cute. All right, now we're gonna go into the part that's gonna make it really Easter. Easter can't be Easter without eggs and a bunny, which we'll get to the bunny in a bit. But we're gonna do an Easter eggs. We're gonna do about 3 of them here. And we'll probably do some more on this side as well. But I'm gonna teach you how to do at least 1 here. And we're going to use the same technique we used for the flowers, except we're going to use a bigger brush with a bigger end. Not too big now, but we're going to use this one. And this is the brush number 4. And yeah. And the first color I'm going to do again is pink, and we're going to use this darker one right here. So you're once again going to wet your brush and dive on in. Alright. Gonna get a good glob. I'm gonna move your hair back unless you've got those little... We've heard of it. Never mind. Alright, and I'm gonna grab my mirror again. sure you can see me now. And we're going to dab it on, but we're going to elongate it. Does that make sense? Just add your dot and then go up and down slowly until it makes about of an egg shape. Make sure you can see. It's okay if it's not perfect. Luckily, these are water paints. There we go. Okay, now, looks a little questionable right now. That's fine. We're going to move on and keep adding our colors. And then I'll show you how to shape it a bit more. I'm going to use this dark purple right here. Same process, dab in the water. Drop it in there and swirl. Okay, get about that much. Grab your mirror. And I want this one to be on this side. Ooh. There we go. Alright. Again, looks a little wonky. That is okay. If you don't think this trick is easy, I'll show you how to do it with the brush end. So I would take the same brush, the number 4. I would make sure it has about this shape at the end. There we go. This shape at the end where it's kind of ovaled. Okay? Okay. Glob it up on your brush. And you're just gonna, nope, okay. You're just going to, I don't know, shape it. I think I'm gonna add something at the bottom so that it looks better. Like a little nest or basket or something. Thinking nest. Or those. Or grass. Actually, you know what? I'm thinking on the fly now. This always ends up with trouble. Fix this purple one. Yeah, you know what? I think just that brush works better. Those look a little bit more like eggs, at least to me. So, just whichever method is easiest for you, use. For me, I think I'm going to stick to the brush end instead of the bottom end. Alright. That looks pretty good. Now I'm going to go in with another brush. I'm going to go in with the purple one that we use for St. Patrick's Day. This is an actual paintbrush, number 5/0. And we're going to dab it into some water. We're going to use this darker green right here. Swirl it around. And we're going to do a little bit of some grass. Until just enough to where it covers up this part. I'll grab my mirror. Come on. Alright, I got my mirror. And what we're going to do is you're just going to flick. I'm going to bring out the Athena one. And we're going to use about this green, this neon green. Okay, yeah, we're going to use this green right here. Same brush, just different paint. So we're just going to grab some of that. And same process, we're going to flick. So, let's try this again. Nice and close. So you can see. I don't think it's drying properly. Okay, you know what? So we'll come back to that in just a bit. What we're going to move on to for now is that I do want to do a little bit of a chicky right next to it. Because why not? brush. We're going to use this angled brush, and it's called the Bend Liner Brush. Alright, and then you're going to dig into this dark yellow on this side. Alright. And then a chickie is going to... should be easier. They're just so round. They're just chubby, fuzzy little things. Okay, so we're going to do a yellow circle. There's a yellow circle. Now you're going to add a little bit more paint, and you're going to add another circle just above it. And this time, pick up your brush. Because right now you're making the head. Okay? There you go. Okay. And I can't seem to find my water paint orange anywhere. So we're going to go back into the Athena one and use this orange right there. We're going to use the brush. What's this? The brush number 5 again. Maybe this one. And we're just doing the tip of it. We're about that much, just a little bit, and then you're going to try and make a triangle. You're going to try and make a triangle just where you think the mouth should be, and then you're going to try and do its little feet. So you relatively look like that. If it comes out looking like a duck, it's okay. I mean, who said that chick's part of Easter? Could be a duck. What's wrong with ducks? They're fluffy and cute too. Alright. And then I want to add a little eyeball to it. So I'm going to use my liner that I used for my wings. This is called the NYX Professional Makeup Epic Ink Liner. Got this at Ulta. It was about 12 bucks. And I'm using it mostly for the pointed tip. And we're going to make it a little eyeball. Right. Ugh. Keep forgetting to bring up my mirror so that you guys can see. There we go. And then what you could do with this is that you can go back in and add some little details like a wing. Would you just draw a little crescent moon? Could maybe outline his body a little bit, which I like to do. And there we go, there's our little chick. Alright, by now these should be nice and dry, so we should be able to go back in with the green and start adding our grass. What brush did I use? Okay, that's right. Okay, go back in with this brush, back into the Athena, into the neon green, that one. And we're going to try the flicking again. Okay. If we can get it right. And now we're going to work on the bunny. Now, once again, bunnies are round. They're fluffy. They're full of different other shapes. And yeah. So the brush we're going to use is the number 4 again. We're going to use this one. Number 4. We're going to go back into the Athena palette because we're going to use this white. Alright, and we're going to glob it up there. And about what a bunny looks like. So we're going to start with the head. So I'm going to just drag this down and make a circle. And then I'm going to just go below it and make a bigger circle because I want my bunny to be a little fat. There we go. And then we're going to get some more paint. We're going to add his ears. Make sure you can see me, sorry. Yes, this does involve making faces. And then I think I'm going to make him look like he's hot. Kind of want to make him look like he's dancing a little bit, but let's see how the first foot goes. So the first foot, I want it to be right here. Little arm right here. Maybe made my bunny a little too fat. You know what? I think we're going to do him looking this way, holding an egg or something. So I'm going to work on his tail, and we're just going to round this part out right here. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. That looks good. Okay. Alright, so that's what he looks like for now. You can tell that it's a bunny. He definitely needs some more detail. So what we're going to do next is we're going to work a little bit more on the face. And what that means is that we're going to bring back our black liner. We're going to close the Athena palette before I get it on the shirt first. See? Okay. And with this one, I'm going to try and show you as much as possible, guys. I do have to keep my arms on the table so I can stop shaking. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to take the cap off, we're going to take our NYX liner that we used for the outlining this, and we're going to give him 2 eyes. Okay, a mouth. Alright, and then we're going to outline his leg too. Outline his body. We may have to go back through with another black. I think we're going to go back through with another black. We're going to go back into the Athena one. We're going to get into its black. And then we're going to try and shape this brush to a point. Yeah, okay. I wanted to make sure before I started to show you guys. So, as you can tell, it's starting to work a bit more. So, breathe, and let's go. Okay. Cute is it gonna get? Now, I do want to add a bit of a pink nose, so I'm going to find the sharpest, pointy little... Yeah, that'll work. We're going to use this one, and we're going to actually go into our water-based one. It's going to be this one. And we're going to get into this darker pink because I want it to show up on the white. So let me clean my brush. And we're using the brush number 2. And I'm gonna get into this. Now, when you go to do this, you need to shape your brush to where it's a little bit pointy, because then you're just gonna do a dot. And then, yeah, there's your dot with the pink. And you're gonna go through and add the pink to the ears. Okay, look like we're having a bunny. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna find my black water base one. Here we go. It's from the same collection as the others that I've been using. This one. So we're gonna do that, and we're gonna grab our brush. We're gonna grab the brush number. What is this one again? Hold on. Let me clean this. We're gonna grab the brush number 1. We're gonna wet it down. And swirl it all around. Alright, now let's see if I can fix this. Yep, there we go. Okay, kind of needed to fix up my bunny, but I think he's looking pretty good. I'm just outlining some of the fine details. Like, I kind of want to outline the pink within the bunny ears. So I'm going to just take the number 1 brush and my mirror, and I'm just very lightly I just want to remain on the tip of the brush. Yeah, there we go. I just want to remain right on the tip, and I'm lightly touching my face and just tracing the shape. Okay, I feel like he looks pretty good. Now we just need to make him more Eastery. And with that means we need to give him some eggs in a little basket. And I'm going to do the remaining parts of that with the Athena. And we're going to use the brush number 2. Alright, and then we're going to use this brown right here. Alright. Grab our mirror. Alright, we're going to do a little crescent moon. And then we're going to make our basket. And there we go. It's got a basket. I'm going to take the end of it, of the number 1 brush. I'm going to dip into my water, and I'm going to go back into the water base paint, and I'm going to make my eggs. But I don't want them as big as these ones. Just going to grab some of that. And we're going to go into our basket. Okay. There's one egg. Because I didn't see if you saw that or not, we're going to go back in with the blue. I wanted to make sure you can see that now. So, okay. I'm going to make a yellow one. Right next to the blue one. Okay. Alright, and then we're going to go back into with our brown brush that we used before. Go back into the brown. And we're going to smooth it out by going across the eggs just below them to make it look like they're within the basket. There we go. Now, I made my basket a little small, but if you made them bigger, you could add a little bow or anything. But mine's too small and my hand's really shaky. So we're going to go ahead and leave that there. Instead, we're going to move on And we're going to do our flicking motion with the green and add some grass around my bunny. Again, we're using the Athena. We're going to use this green right here. And we're just going to flick, flick. I think I want to add a flower right here too. But I think I'll just use the end of the brush for that. And we're going to add another pink flower, because why not? Same method as before. There we go. There's that. Go back in. Add some yellow. There we go. There we go. Now he looks like he's hiding it. It's kind of cute. Alright, alright. I think we're going to leave it at that, though. We're not going to add any more face paint. I'm going to go ahead and move on to what I'm going to use for the lipstick. We're going to keep it pretty simple. I've already got my colors picked out. Hold on, let me put the Athena away. Alright, we're going to go in with our liner. It's going to be this one. I do not know what the brand is. This is a number 12, though. You can tell that I've used this one a lot because of how little it is. And we're going to just line our lips. And we're not going to hold the mirror because last time I did that, you guys couldn't see anything. So we're just going to remain with the mirror down here and my head up so that you guys can see what I'm doing. Hold on, I gotta sharpen it. There we go. Oh, look, it's smaller. Alright. There's that. Alright, and the next thing we're going to use for our lipstick, it's more of a lip tint, but we're going to use it anyways. We're going to use the Wicked, Ariana Grande's Wicked lip tint. This is the color, what is this called? I think it's called Poppy. No, Totally Osmopolitan. That's what it's called. I love the Wicked movie. I can't wait to watch the second one. Okay. Alright. We're coming pretty close to the ending, guys. And I'm loving it. I'm loving how this looks. So, I'm now going to step off. I'm going to finish my liner, put some mascara on, add some lashes, and we'll be back to say goodbye. Oh my god! Once again, we created something fabulous. Look how cute! Love my bunny, love the chick, love the eggs. Oh my god! Once again, we created something fabulous. I love it. It's beautiful. Okay. Nailed it. Alright, guys. That's all I have for you today. I hope you like it as much as I do. Alright. Well, as we said before, please subscribe so that you can get more content from me. Share with your friends if I'm not that annoying. And yeah. And anyway, it's time to fly away, little birdies. See you again when I post. Bye-bye.